Hi everyone, in this video I will discuss about amino acids and proteins, which is a part of syllabus of BSc third semester General Chemistry. So now we look at what are amino acids and proteins. I think this is not that new for you because you have already studied about amino acids right from 11th standard, even about proteins, which are very much well known for all of you. We will see what are structure of amino acids. As you already know, the structure from the term what it says, it is amino acid, that means it contains amino group and acid group. So this is the general structure of amino acids. Any chain with amine and COOH in the same molecule can be called as amino acids. So these are some of the examples of amino acids. So you can see there are some non-polar, polar groups and various chains. It may be sides, chain may be branched, or it may be a normal unbranched chain, or with aromatic, or with something else like sulfur group, or it may be some extra CO group, like that. I mean, it goes on. So now we will come to the classification of amino acids, how amino acids are classified. See, if you go through the various sources available or different types of books, there are various ways in which amino acids are classified. One such way is based on chemical properties. I mean, what kind of properties it exhibits chemically. So you can see that one with a non-polar side chain, that is non-polar amino acid. Some are with a polar, aromatic, positively charged, negatively charged amino acid. So we will see one by one discussing examples like glycine, alanine, why they are called polar amino acids, why they are called non-polar. Non-polar, the terms indicates that it does not have any the resultant polarity, that is why they are non-polar. If you see the structure of amino acids, so you know the concept of zwitter ion, right, it exists as NH3 plus and CO minus. So it is a kind of minus and plus which is neutralized almost. So it is a kind of zwitter ion structure most of the amino acids have. So if there is no extra polar group, then it comes under non-polar. Then if you have, it has some resultant polar group, then it will be polar. Then aromatic, if the side chain has some aromatic group, and positively charged if the resultant amino acid is having something positively, and negatively charged if it is having negative resultant charge. Now based on nutritional requirement also you can classify amino acids like essential amino acids, non-essential amino acid. Some of course fall in between, that is semi-essential amino acids like histidine. So in most of these resources, if you see the books, histidine and arginine fall under essential amino acids, especially histidine. So there are basically 9 essential amino acids. So isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, like that. Even histidine also you can include here. There are several non-essential amino acids. I hope you know the difference between essential and non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are those which cannot be synthesized by the body. So it has to be supplied from the external source. That is why it is called essential, the term, it is required. So non-essential, partially it can be synthesized by the body, but some are supplied from external sources also. So that is why they are called non-essential, or sometimes it may not be needed for the body for certain reasons. And there is another way of classifying is like hydrophilic and hydrophobic. I hope you know the term hydrophilic means which loves solvent, which is polar, that is water loving. Hydrophobic means which repels water. So based on side chain, what kind of side chain is attached, it can be classified as hydrophilic and hydrophobic. So under that again hydrophilic, you have negatively charged, positively charged, and some are uncharged. And again hydrophobic, we have aliphatic side chain and aromatic side chain. So this is how they are classified. So coming to the structure, if you see, I mean under the classification only, so amino acids with some electrically charged side chain, which I already told you. So some are having the resultant charge. You can see there are some extra amino group or COOH group, then there will be a resultant charge. Otherwise, if there is only one COOH group and one NH2 group, then it is almost a kind of neutral because it exists as a zwitter ion. So Coming to this structure, like with the polar uncharged side chain, if you see it here, so it has one COH and NH2 group. That's why it is almost a Zwitter ion, but it's not charged. But it has polar side chain like OH, OH. This is again polar and side chain is polar. So going ahead, so it can also be classified as neutral amino acid, acidic amino acids and basic amino acids based on the structure. So any one you can remember if it is asked in the examination. So you can just write as essential amino acids, semi-essential, non-essential amino acids, or non-polar amino acids, polar, aromatic, positively charged, negatively charged, that's also fine. Or easiest way is you can call the classification as neutral, acidic and basic and other, that's also fine. This is bit easy to remember for your reference from the examination point of view. So amino acids, neutral amino acid means it does not have extra COH and NH2 group. So it is easy to understand. So you can see the number of COH group and NH2 group are equal here. So they are neutral. So even if it is there something in extra, you can see this NH2 group is there, but this is an amide. Most of the amides either they are basic or neutral. So this is amide, this is not an amine. So look at the structures carefully. See, most of these structures have equal number of NH2 and COH group. So it may be here or it may be here, one amino and one COH group. Then what happens? It will be neutral, almost neutral. So but there may be side chain which is having other groups, polar or non-polar, or here you can see there are amide groups, still they are almost neutral. So examples like glycine, alanine, isoleucine, and you have interesting example that is proline, very good organocatalyst, and there are examples like tryptophan and glutamine, etc. And some are acidic amino acids. Acidic amino acids like best examples are like aspartic acid and glutamic acid. You can see the structure here, it has one extra CO group, nothing but COH. So if it is having one extra COH group, then it falls under acidic. So basic, so lysine, histidine and arginine. So basic amino acids, they have one extra NH2 group. So one COH and NH2 here and one other NH2 here. It's protonated because it abstract proton because of basic character. So you can see one extra amine group everywhere. Okay. So this is because of that it falls under basic category. And other amino acids which we cannot classify like acidic and basic. So these are some of the examples like ornithine, hydroxyproline. There are several hydroxyproline, OH here, here and all. So they all come under this category. Okay, this is all about classification of amino acids.